So let's talk about gut health and hormones, because the other day we were discussing what, if your hormones are off balance, they can do to you. So now we're going to talk about what could happen to your hormones when your gut is all funked up. So if one system that's going on in your body is out of whack, talking about, let's just say your gut, that's going to send a domino effect of maybe chronic illnesses that can cause some really bad issues and just continue to cause more and more and more issues. So we're going to kind of go into this whole little leaky gut thing that you hear. And I know the first time I heard that, I was like, well, what does that mean? Do you have gas? Like, if you're leaking, are you leaking gas out of your gut? What is it? Leaky gut can cause allergies, asthma, autoimmune issues, eczema, psoriasis, IBS, Crohn's issues, RA, type 1 diabetes. These are all things that can happen and start within your gut, because you're really only as healthy as the food that you can digest. And the reason I say that is because, you know, the food goes into your system, you chew it, blah, 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 starts in your intestines. And like your intestines have this little wall in there, and they're all nice and tight, and they're holding everything there, and they're breaking everything down, and your body's supposed to absorb a certain amount of it. There's supposed to be a certain amount of it that, there's supposed to be a certain amount of bacteria that stays in there. And when you have leaky gut, what happens is this tightness, that is supposed to be happening in the intestines kind of takes it apart and it makes it permeable. So what's happening is these things that are supposed to be digesting and being absorbed by your body end up in your bloodstream, which then causes bloating, gas, cramps, food sensitivities, inflammation, aches and pains, and a whole whirlwind of problems. So like I said, you are only as healthy as the food that you can digest. So if you're not digesting it properly and it's leaking into your system, you're going to have a bunch of problems. So maybe you have some of these problems. Maybe you have, you have food sensitivities, or you're constantly gassy, or maybe you have IBS, or maybe you have some inflammatory disease that is causing havoc on your whole entire system. It could totally be caused by leaky gut and hormonal imbalances from that. So what are the hormonal issues that you can have is the nutrient absorption, which I've talked about. It's not absorbing properly. It's actually going into your bloodstream and funking up a lot of things that go on in there. It could mess up your metabolism. It could make your hunger hormones go off whack. So maybe you're gaining weight and you're just not exactly sure how or why. I mean, yes, we're going to gain weight if we eat too much, but like maybe there's something more to it, and you're doing everything, you're not seeing anything helping with it. Your stress levels, your cortisol levels are going to be out of whack, and we talked about that in my other episode, where when that happens, you can have that belly fat that's going on. Your thyroid can totally have, and if your gut health can have a hormonal effect on your thyroid, which I am actually going to try. I go to see the doctor next month, and I'm actually going to try to naturally, I don't want to say cure my thyroid, because my issue is different, so I don't even know if there is a cure for it, but I'm going to try to naturally help it to where I don't have to take as much or maybe none of the medication that I'm taking, because how many fillers are in some of these medications? Like leaky gut is not really medically known. Not saying that's not known, but it's not diagnosed. Like, we're just going to give you medication because you have inflammation, or you have RA, or you have severe migraines. We're just going to give you medication. We're not going to check and see that maybe if we eliminate some foods or try to naturally fix some things and turn them around, if that could help you or not. I mean, why? Why would we do that when we can have other side effects from medication? I won't go into that. Go into it a little bit more in my blog, but I'm totally not going into it here. But you're supposed to have this certain amount of gut bacteria, and with leaky gut, you may have this gut bacteria imbalances that causes more hormonal issues. So can you reset your hormones, and can you find a balance between your gut health and hormones, and maybe reverse or eliminate or help some of the side effects of some of these issues that leaky gut can cause? You can. Can you do it naturally? Will it work for everybody? I don't know. But guess what? The information that I'm giving you is for you to look further into. Whether or not you decide to do anything with it is up to you, because you have to be your own advocate. I am not one who's like, sure, just give me 1,600 medications that give me 14 million more side effects. That's not cool. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like having a side effect from one medication, and I talked about this the other day, a side effect from one medication, and then they put you on another medication to counteract that side effect. Does that make sense? I don't know. What's it doing to the insides of us? We don't really know. So how do you find this balance? How do you find a balance between, making your gut function properly and making sure that your food is digesting properly and not having like serious crazy stress going on that's contributing to all this stuff? How do you find a balance? Well, you're gonna have to wait, because I can go on and on all day about it. So here's what I'm gonna tell you. Let this sink in. Let all of this sink in. Maybe do I have some of these issues? Maybe can I help some of these issues that I have? Can it work? Because I'm going to go into more how you can actually kind of heal your gut and help your hormones be more balanced. And I'm going to go into that in my next episode, because you're going to learn how to have like balanced hormones, balanced digestion, and a freaking balanced life, to where you don't feel some of these things that you're feeling that you are going to the doctor and getting medication for, may be something that you can just help by changing a few things. Maybe changing what you eat, maybe changing things naturally, maybe looking into these little things called adaptogens that might help balance things for you, to where you don't feel so nasty and so gut funked. So just think about that. Rewatch this. Do I have bloating? Do I have food sensitivities? Do I maybe have leaky gut? Do I have eczema and I'm not exactly sure? Nothing's really working for it. These steroids that they're putting me on aren't quite working for it. These steroid shots that I'm getting for my RA or my inflammation, maybe this one's not working. So maybe trying another alternative outside of medication, a natural alternative, might actually be better for you all around. And you'll never know unless you try something different. And that's kind of where I'm going with this. So I want you to make sure that if you're like, hey, I think my gut is funked up and it's causing me to be jacked up hormonally and it's ruining the party, catch my next episode where I talk about how to balance the hormones and the gut health and have everything somewhat balanced, better balanced than what it is now, that it's worth a shot because it's not harming you to try this. So it may make a whole lot of other things balanced versus what you've got going on now. So make sure you catch my next episode. And like I said, rewatch this, share this, because I want to get the word out to people. When you find something that you're like, hey, this is something that could really change and help a lot of people, guess what? I'm sharing it with you. If I go see a good movie, I'm going to share it with you and tell you it was cool and go see it. If I ate somewhere good, I'm going to tell you to go there and eat because the food is phenomenal and you're going to love it. So, hey, this could probably change your life for the better, some of these changes that you might want to look into. So if that's the case, I urge you to make sure you watch my next episode, and I will see you then. So I want to thank you guys for getting on. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.